Hello, everybody. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most exciting topics in algebra. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and like this video. Okay, so we are going to talk about applications of linear equations. So, before we proceed in solving problems involving linear equation, it is very important, a very important step, a very vital step is the setting up of the equation. That means that we need to be able to set up the equation from the worded problem, from English, from statement, from sentences or paragraphs into mathematical expressions involving variables and constant. Okay, so in many applications of algebra, the problems are stated in words. They are called word problem. And they give relationships between known numbers and unknown numbers to be determined. To set up or model a linear equation to fit a real-world application, we must first determine the known quantities and define the unknown quantity as a variable. Then, we begin to interpret the words as mathematical expressions using mathematical symbols. When dealing with word problems, there are certain expressions that we can translate directly into mathematics. So that's the first step in solving every worded problem. Okay, so for this chapter, we are going to deal with numerous types of problems. The first is the number problem, and then geometry problem, investment problem, mixture problem, uniform motion problem, work problem, clock problem, and age problem. Okay, so we will go over these types of problems one by one. Okay, so our module is already uploaded in MVLE. I will not be going to read the preliminaries. It is my notion or assumption that all of you, or maybe some of you, or most of you, are already familiar with the translation of English worded problem into mathematical expression or mathematical equations. Okay, so kung bihasa ka na, you can skip that part. Pero if you are baguhan sa topic nito, I recommend that you go over yung sa first part ng ng module natin. You go over the first part. Kung may mga problems kayo doon, you can always reach me in my email. Okay, my email is also in MVLE. You can always look that up there. Okay, so for this video, we are going to focus our discussion on number problems, and we are going to try to solve 4 examples. Okay, so let us begin. This problem is very simple. Okay, so the sum of two numbers is 9 and their difference is 6. What are the numbers? Okay, so a word problem is composed of statements. Okay, these statements are considered facts in the problem. Okay, for this example, there are 2 statements. The first one, the sum of two numbers is 9. That's a first statement. That's a fact in this example. The second statement is the difference of these 2 numbers is 6. Okay, so those are 2 statements. And for linear equation in one variable, 2 statements are enough to solve the problem. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Okay, una, we need to ask what are the unknowns. Okay, so what are the unknowns? The unknown here, the two numbers, right? And those unknowns should be equated as variables. Okay, yun yung i-let natin. Let variable be equal to the unknown. Okay, ang ginagamit usually is na variable ay x. Okay, so gagamitin natin for most of our examples is x. Okay, since there are two unknowns, meron tayong dalawang unknown, it's either one of them, kung ano yung gusto mong i-let x. Okay, so pwede nating sabihin dito, let x be equal to, sulat natin dito, let x be equal to the first number. Okay, so let x be equal to the first number. And then, since we are dealing with problems involving equations in one variable, okay, yung denotion natin or ang i-denote natin for the second number should be in terms of the first number. At paano natin kukunin yon? Based from either one of the two statements above. Okay, so ang gagamitin natin to come up with our denotion of the second number is the statement, the first statement. Okay, so the sum of the two numbers is 9. That's the statement. Okay, the sum of the two numbers is 9. Okay, isipin nating mabuti ito. Kung yung first number ay x, at alam natin na meron pang isang number, that when these two numbers are added together, the result is 9. So ano ang expression natin for the second number? Okay, so kung x yung first number at alam natin na the sum of the two numbers is 9, therefore, the second number is 9 minus x. Okay, yun yung expression natin for the second number. 9 minus x. This is our second number. Okay? Itong expression natin for the second number, galing siya doon sa first statement ng problem. Okay? And then, yung susunod na statement naman, the difference is 6. Ito naman yung gagamitin natin to come up with our equation. Okay, yan yung gagamitin natin for our equation. Tingnan natin dito, meron na tayong first number, meron na tayong second number. And their difference is 6. No, pag minusan tayo kano dito yung duwa nga numbers, the result is 6. So, we have x minus 9 minus x, okay, that's the first number minus the second number is equal to 6. Okay, this mathematical equation came from the second statement. Alright, so since meron na tayong equation and this equation involves only one variable, we can now solve for the value of x. Okay, so we shall apply our knowledge in solving equation. So that's x minus 9 plus x, right? Because we need to distribute the negative here. So that's minus 9 plus x and then equals 6. And then we combine like terms. So that's x plus x is 2x is equal to 6 plus 9. That's 6 plus 9. So we have 2x is equal to 15. Therefore, x, divide both sides by 2. So, that's x is 15 over 2. That is the first number. Okay? To solve for the second number, we need to go back to our expression kanina dito sa taas. We have 9 minus x. So, we need to solve for the second number by substituting x doon sa expression na 9 minus x. So, that's 9 minus 15 over 2. And 9 minus 15 over 2 is, what is 9 minus 15 over 2? What is 9 minus 15 over 2 is 3 over 2. Okay? So that's 3 over 2. Okay? So meron na tayong dalawang numbers. Okay, the first number is 15 over 2 and the second number is 3 over 2. So, and then mag-conclude na tayo. Okay? Itong conclusion natin should answer the problem. Okay? So, gawin natin dito. To answer the problem, ang tinatanong kasi ng problem, what are the numbers? So, sasagutin natin yung problem. The numbers are... Okay, the numbers are 15 over 2 and 3 over 2. Okay, so yan na yung sagot natin for this problem. Pero, let us go back, okay? Meron pang tayong second solution dito. Meron tayong second solution. Okay? Ito kasi, di ba, based from the problem, meron tayong dalawang statements. These are considered facts. Okay? So, meron tayong first statement, the sum of the two numbers is 9. And the second statement, their difference is 6. Okay? So, di ba ang ginamit natin to come up with our expression for the second number is the first statement. Tama? Okay, what if ang gamitin natin to come up with an expression for the second number is the second statement? Is that applicable? Is that correct? The answer is yes. Okay, so we are going to use the second statement to denote our second number. Okay, so parehas pa din na x is the first number. Okay, we know, ito naman ang gagamitin natin, their difference is 6. If their difference is 6, and the first number is x, then how are we going to denote our second number? Their difference is 6. Okay. Okay, so their difference is 6, so pwedeng x minus 6 for the second number. Kapag x minus 6 itong second number natin, ang sinasabi natin that the second number is less than the first number, tama? Pero pwede ding x plus 6, okay? Kapag x plus 6 yung ginamit natin for this one, ang sinasabi natin that the second number is greater than the first number, okay? Whichever you use, tama lang, okay lang, okay? So, we will come up with the same conclusion in the end. Okay, so, and then, kung meron na tayo, since nagamit na natin yung second statement to come up with an expression for the second number, ang gagamitin naman natin to come up with our equation is the first statement, that the sum of the two numbers is 9. Okay, kapag pinag-add down natin itong dalawang numbers na to na x and x minus 6, the result is 9. So, that's 2x minus 6 equals 9. 2x is equal to 15. You see, x is 15 over 2 and 15 over 2. X minus 6 is still 3 over 2. You see, the solution for the problem is the same with the first method that we use here. Okay? So, ang bottom line nito, my point dito is walang iisang way, okay? Hindi lang iisa ang way to solve a word problem. Okay, so maraming ways yan. It's up to you. How are you going to interpret the problem? Ano yung mga methods mo? Kaninang umaga, meron ding nagtanong na estudyante sa akin, "Sir, I think I can answer this one, but I'm going to use two equations, two unknowns." Kunana. My answer is, as long as alam mo yung ginagawa mo, okay lang sa amin ni Sir George, no? Okay lang sa amin. Considered daw na correct. Okay, pero sa mga baguhan pa lang dito sa equations, ito muna yung gamitin ninyo na method. Ito, mas madali itong method na ito. We will devote some time doon sa 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Later on, sa mga susunod na chapters natin, pag-aaralan natin yung 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Sa mga baguhan, sa mga hindi pa alam yung iyon, wag nyo munang intindihin yon. Mag-focus muna kayo sa method na tinuturo natin ngayon. Okay, so ito lang muna for this video. Okay, for the next videos, we are going to answer some more problems involving numbers. Okay. Hello and welcome back. We are still discussing applications of linear equations, more specifically on number problems. Okay, so we are going to answer 3 problems in this video, and let's go over them one by one. This is the first problem. So find 2 numbers whose sum is 7, given that one is 3 times the other. Okay, so just like our first example, dito ang hinahanap ay dalawang numbers na naman. Okay? So pag ganito yung unknown, the first step is to denote x as the first number. Okay? So we let x be the first number. We let x be the first number. Okay? And we shall use one of the statements in the problem to come up with the mathematical expression to denote the second number. Okay? So let us look at the statements. Find 2 numbers whose sum is 7. Okay? So if the first number is 7, then the second number is 7 minus x, considering that their sum is 7. Okay? So 7 minus x, this is the second number. Okay? Okay, and we shall use the second statement to come up with our equation. Okay, the second statement says 1 is 3 times the other. Okay, 1 is 3 times the other. So, yung una is 3 times the second. So, in equation, that is x is equal to 3 times the second number, which is 7 minus x. Okay, itong equation na to came from the second statement saying that the one is 3 times the other. Okay, so ito na yung equation natin. I think we can solve for x using this equation. So this is x is equal to 21 minus 3x. Combine like terms. So 3x plus x is 4x is equal to 21. Divide both sides by 4. So that's 21 over 4. 21 over 4. Okay, so that is the first number. Okay, and then the second number is 7 minus x. So 7 minus x is 7 minus 21 over 4. Okay, so 7 minus 21 over 4 is 7 over 4. 7 over 4. Okay, therefore, to answer the problem, 2 numbers, the problem is looking for the 2 numbers. So, ang conclusion natin, therefore, the 2 numbers are 21 over 4 and 7 over 4. Okay? Okay, so just like what we did in the previous example, meron din tayong second solution dito. Yung second solution natin, gagamitin natin yung second statement to come up with an expression to denote the second number. Okay? So if we let x be the first number, gagamitin natin itong second statement to come up with an expression for the second number. So 1 is 3 times the other. Kung x yung first number, then 3x yung second number. Tama? 3x is the second number. Okay? And then, to come up with our equation, we will use the first statement. Okay? The sum of the two numbers is 7. So, if we add x and 3x, the sum is 7. That is, x plus 3x is equal to 7. So, x plus 3x is 4x. That's equal to 7. Divide both sides by 4. So, x is 7 over 4. Okay, and the 3x, the second number is 3x, so that's 3 times 7 over 4, and that's 21 over 4. Okay, so in the end, our conclusion will still be the same, that the two numbers are 21 over 4 and 7 over 4. Okay, ang nangyari lang dito, dito sa first method natin, ang value ng x ay 21 over 4. Dito sa second method natin, the value of x is 7 over 4. But in the end, our conclusion should be the same because we are answering a problem, the same problem. Okay? For our next example, let us consider this problem. The smaller of two numbers is 9 less than the larger, and their sum is 37. Find the numbers. Okay, so in this specific problem, we are looking for two numbers. So we are going to represent a variable to one of these two numbers. Okay, so we have a larger number and a smaller number. So let us represent the smaller number with x. Okay, so let x be the smaller number. Okay, now let us read the statement to come up with an expression representing the larger number. Okay, so the smaller of two numbers is 9 less than the larger. Ibagbaga ni dito, DJ ka no smaller, there was basit nga number. Was basit isuna iti 9. Okay, 9 less than the larger. So from larger, minus am iti 9, maalam jay smaller number. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if x is the smaller number, ag plus ka 89, maalam jay larger number. Okay, therefore, x plus 9 is the, okay, be the larger number. Okay, so, another notation that we can use in this example is, kapag ginamit natin x for the larger number, then the smaller number is x minus 9. Okay? But since x yung smaller number natin, x plus 9 is the larger number. Okay? And let us going to use the second statement to find the equation. Their sum is 37. So if we add the two numbers, x and x plus 9, so x plus 9 equals 37. Okay, right, let us perform the operations here to solve for x. So 2x plus 9 is equal to 37. So 2x is equal to 37 minus 9. 2x is equal to 28. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 14. Okay? So that is the smaller number. Kasi x is the smaller number. And then let us solve for the larger number. So x plus 9 is equal to 14 plus 9, which is equal to 23. Okay? So as our conclusion, since na-solve na natin yung dalawa, the two numbers, okay, the two numbers are 14 and 23. Okay? So, yan na yung conclusion natin for this problem. And for our last example, okay, under the number problem, find 3 consecutive even integers whose sum is 138. Okay, so meron tayong word dito na consecutive. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, magkakasunod, di ba? Sunod-sunod, consecutive. So, we are looking for 3 numbers, 3 integers actually. Integers, ibig sabihin hindi pwedeng fraction. So, integer siya. Meron tayong 3 integers na hinahanap and these integers should be consecutive even integers. Na not even nga minan, even are those numbers that are divisible by 2. Okay? So, the sum of these 3 numbers, 3 consecutive integers is 138. Okay? So, since ang unknown yung 3 consecutive even integers, let us represent. Okay? So, we let x be the smallest. Okay? This is the smallest integer. Okay? Itong x, as I said in the previous examples, itong x pwedeng yung pangalawa, pwede din yung pang pinakamalaki na number. Okay? So, it's up to you. Kung x yung smallest number mo, then x plus 2 yung pangalawa, and x plus 4 yung largest number. Okay? Bakit x plus 2 tsaka x plus 4? Okay? Kasi, consecutive even integer, di ba agsaro no, sagdudua iti baet dagito yung numbers. Kasi even, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, ti babaet da 2. Okay? Kaya, if x is the smallest integer, mag-add ka ng 2, you will come up with the second integer. Add ka ng 2 man titun, you will come up with the largest integer. So, we have x, x plus 2, and x plus 4. Okay, what if ang x natin, x is the middle. Okay? The middle integer. Ano kaya yung dalawang, yung smallest tsaka yung largest natin? Since kapag x, yung middle natin, x minus 2 naman yung smallest, x plus 2 for the largest. Okay? Pwede din na yung x natin is the largest. Okay? If x is the largest, then x minus 2 yung middle and x minus 4 yung smallest. Okay? Whatever yung this or yung gusto mong gamitin na notation sa tatlong ito, you should arrive at the same conclusion later on. Okay? So let us use our first notation dito sa una. X be the smallest integer, x plus 2 for the middle, and x plus 4 for the largest integer. Okay, if we take the sum of these 3 integers, the sum is 138. So that's x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to 138. Okay, so we perform operations. This is 3x plus 6 is equal to 138. Okay, so 3x, we subtract 6 from both sides. So 138 minus 6 is 132. And then we divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3. Then x is equal to 132 divided by 3, that is 44. Okay? So, x plus 2, therefore, the second integer is 46, and x plus 4 is 48. Ang conclusion natin, the three numbers are 44, 46, and 48. Okay, so yun yung conclusion natin. Okay, that's it for word problems or linear application involving number problems. Okay? So see you in the next video for the geometry problems naman. Okay?